Get started. We are at a couple minutes past 11. I'm sure we'll have some stragglers come in, and I think we probably have some people via Zoom. So welcome to the May team meeting. Excited to see you all. It feels like it's been forever since we've had one of these, and it's really only been a few weeks. And yet May is a busy month as we head into season, right? Some of you never slowed down last year. And some of you that are more seasonally focused, that's not a bad thing. Everybody has their own reason for being seasonal. And yet, regardless of your production level, do we normally start picking up right now? Right? Even if you're consistent all year, we normally see a little uptick in the season. So we're seeing that coming back from, I wasn't there last week, Robbie was there last week. Mortgage applications are up, like way up, 5 times up what they were at the beginning of the year. So we're seeing increase. So you should start seeing more buyers hit the market. We'll talk a little bit more about that today. We'll start, just as an FYI, we've mentioned it. We're starting market update Mondays, the first Monday of June. So it'll be like a 30-minute live Zoom in the Facebook group. So for those of you who want to continue to learn how to study the market and better ways or different things that we're hearing in the market, those will start little 20 to 30-minute updates starting in June. So be on the lookout for those. We're working on finalizing the time right now. Yeah. We're working on getting that both. And it won't always be, this might not be working. Don't be critical right now, Cindy. It's the wrong time. And we're not always going to talk about inventory, right? It's not always going to be an inventory conversation. It might be a mortgage conversation. It might be a housing partnership with a local housing authority talking about what's coming, right? It's all things to do with market. It could be that we invite different school boards on for 20 minutes to talk about what's happening in the market that's affecting us from the school, right? So it's not solely going to be numbers, right? It's going to be all that information that helps us, though, when we walk into those buyer appointments, right? Or we walk into those listing appointments. What's a buyer appointment? Is that what you said? It's like a listing appointment for a buyer. All right. Let's start with some bucket fills. Let's jump in. Where's some bucket fills in the room today?
Bucket fill Riddle, agent services. She's servicing our agents well.
Yeah. Thank you.
And with a great attitude.
Yeah. Love that. Thank you, Pete. Thank you. I think we all share in that sentiment. Appreciate all that she does to help us all stay in line.
Or at least
Close to it. Mike's a hard one to wrangle in. Yeah. She's like the bumpers in the bowling alley, right? Like, no, don't go over there. All right. What other bucket fills we got? Sure. Love that. Love that. And we're glad to have you back. Yep. Love that. Okay. Yep. I love that. Love that. That's awesome. Awesome. Who else? Jamie.
Bucket Fill Karen for helping with the situation we had. I really appreciate that. Just kind of calm the situation, and you handled it just very smoothly. Yeah. So thank you.
Love that. Thank you, Jamie. Who else?
I'd like to bucket fill all of you that have completed your CE.
That's right. Right. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about CE in a minute too. Yeah, don't let me forget to push that button. What other bucket fills we got? I don't know about you, May feels like a really long month for some reason. I feel like the first 4 months of the year just flew and May's been a little drawn out. So I feel like Red Day happened forever ago. And yet, thank you to all of you that participated in Red Day in some way, shape, or form, whether that was donations or popping in to say hi, or going out and spending hours in the school yards to clean up and bring that to life for Graham, South Graham Elementary, right? And those that packed books and delivered the books. It was a great day of giving back, so we're excited for what we got to do this year. We'll continue to do that. So thank you for participating in that or in Spirit Week as a whole. I call it Spirit Week, Red Day Week, Culture Week, whatever you want to call it, whatever term you want to put to it. And yet, appreciate you all. And those that gave blood last week, I think 24 units of blood, right, Rivers?
Yeah.
There's 24 units of blood. The goal was 25. I think the goal was, for those of you that are in the blood giving scene, the power reds are important. Normally the goal is 2, and I think we had 4, 5? 5. So thank you for those that participated. Those are events that aren't just for you as agents. You can also use those as tools to touch your database, right? So we might not have enough room for all of them, and yet, are all of our people going to come give blood? No. What's the point of us advertising and sharing that with our database, though? Giving back, right? And it's a touch, it's brand awareness, right? It's what are you doing in the community? Just because you might not be someone that gives blood doesn't mean you can't invite other people to give back in the community and give blood. So, any other bucket fills before we move on?
Bucket Bill Daniel, he's always there for my dumb tech questions.
There are no dumb tech questions. Okay, there we go. There we go. Yeah. All right. Anybody else? No? Okay. We'll keep moving. As a reminder, our values are God, family, then business, right? It's, God, whatever that looks like to you, whatever your faith is, right? That comes first, then your family, then your business, right? So it's okay to take time off, right? It's okay to take time for your faith tradition. It's okay to take time for your family, right? Prioritize that in your life, because what we don't want is all of you burned out in 5 years because you did it backwards, right? How many of us have seen that, right? Or maybe some of us have experienced that at different times in our careers, right? Prioritize you. I think I've said it in multiple rooms now, and I learned this from James Shaw, who runs the Pivot community. Take a day off every week. What's it look like for you to disconnect for a day every week? What does it look like for you to disconnect for a long weekend every month? Right? Take 3 consecutive days and just, if we set the expectations with our clients, it's totally possible. And then take a week off every quarter, right? What's it look like to work towards that, right? And create those rhythms in your life so that you're taking care of you and your family and then your business, right? Your business will grow when you do that. I guarantee you, your business will grow when you do that. If nothing else, we all have I'm going on vacation and what happens to our phone. Right? We'll go on vacation once a quarter and your business is going to, by nature, just grow, right? We're going to manifest it because the amount of work that happens that week before we go on vacation, right? It all grows and compounds. Let's dive into the belief system. These are our core tenets of kind of who we are. Let's find some people in the room, maybe some people that haven't shared one of these in the past. What's one of the beliefs that stands out to you and why? Looking for 2 or 3 people. You all are quiet. Contemplative. You're contemplative.
First understand
Yeah.
every transaction is so different and every person is so different. And so, I have to remind myself not to bulldoze my clients that do this. Okay, let me understand what
Yeah.
you're thinking.
That brings me back to some of you were in the class I taught on Phil Jones' magic words, right? So tell me what you know about X, right? What does that do? When we ask someone to tell me what you know about X, does it give us a different level of understanding? Right? Sometimes, particularly as realtors, we can come in and we can just lay it all out there and this is what we need to do and blah, 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 blah. They might already know half of that. How do they feel? Right? Or maybe they have some misunderstandings and misconceptions, and we need to know that before we educate them so we can educate them the best way. So Phil Jones' magic words, it's one of his top 5. Tell me what you know about. Tell me what you know about a VA loan. Tell me what you know about buying new construction. Tell me what you know about negotiating. Tell me what you know about staging your home. Because how many of you have had that listing where the seller goes, oh, I got staging. I know what to do. Right? And they think their house is ready to go. And you're like, there's no way this house is ready to go for the price that you want. Right? Well, tell me what you know about home staging. It puts us on a place of giving them a position of authority, right? And telling us where they're at, and then we can help educate from there.
Communication is not all about talking
No.
either.
Mhm.
It's gotta be two-way street of listening and
Yeah.
sharing and educating.
Yep. I love that, Mike. And I think to listening too, right? Do we just listen with our ears? Right? It's that third level listening. It's what's happening around it, right? How's their body language shifting? Right? How are they making eye contact or not? All of that's important, right? When we talk about communication, it's way more than just talking. Yeah, for sure. What other beliefs of our belief system stand out? Who else wants to share one and why? Go for it, Cindy.
I think I talk all the time, so.
You're good.
Okay. Teamwork together, every achieves.
I mean, look at that. This
Work.
dynamic duo right here.
She's on hand.
What you got? There you go. Right?
And it's all of us. It's not just, it's everybody in the office too. Like if you have a question, that's why I like being in the office because people can come. We can all kind of collaborate together and help. And
Yeah.
and it gives you confidence.
Yep.
Especially for new agents.
Yep. It's that agent on the other side of the transaction too, right? Like
Yeah.
when you all work together as a team, what happens better? Right? That transaction happens a whole lot more smoothly.
It goes back to, if that happens, you get the win-win.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yep.
how they're doing it now. It's tough, but we worked, it was a win-win, wasn't it? Like I said, we're gonna make this work. I mean, you have to listen and you just work it out.
Love it. Love it. One more. It's not been named yet. Take it. Hmm.
Things fine until you got under contract to purchase. And in all of our communications, I was saying, if you're adamant about doing both transactions, selling your home and buying another on the same day, there's gonna be a few hours where you're homeless. That's kind of what I tell people. You're gonna have everything you own in the truck, but you can't do anything with it. Yeah, you closed. And I think he didn't really realize that I meant what I was saying until the reality started coming in. He just kept pushing like, please let me get in early. Just let me get in before it actually pours. I'm like, you just can't do it. So this very kind man just totally turned on me, cussed me out, hung up on me, all this stuff, because he was angry and frustrated that, oh, she really meant this. I'm homeless for a while. So I kept emotions out of it.
Hmm.
And I decided, you know what? I'm going to at least appear to be on his side, give him some sympathy, be empathetic. And I ended up saying, because it all boiled down to how much extra money he was spending for his movers to be sitting for about 3 hours.
Ah.
I said, how much is it? He told me, and I said, you know what? I'll pay you $500. That's taken care of. I'll take them to lunch. I'll take you to lunch. We're going to get this thing done. But then he calmed down. So at the end of the day, while I did communicate all the details about this,
Mhm.
he didn't totally understand. Again, that whole communication thing was very important.
Yeah.
But sometimes I don't think they really realize how it is until it really starts happening. So that whole integrity, just to do the right thing, you know what? I made plenty of money off of that sale. I can afford $500 for the truckers,
Love that.
So, sometimes you just have to do those things, and then they know you're on their side.
Yeah.
They know that you're in it for them. And
Yeah. Yeah. I love that. Thanks for sharing that, Kathy. Pete, I saw your hand go up. Trust.
they're wealth management,
Mm,
not a salesperson.
mm,
And present yourself as a salesperson, they're not gonna trust you. You present yourself as a wealth manager.
yeah,
You can help buy smart or sell smart.
Yeah.
At the right time for the right price.
yeah,
It's, you will have repeat business.
yeah. I love that. You're the
well, sell well.
glide well. Oh, I love it. I saw that the other day. I had a good chuckle. It stuck with me. It stuck with me. Y'all, these solve all problems, right? It's common that people have a miscommunication at corporate and or a debacle between two people, and someone will sit down with them as a mediator and put this document between the two of them and say, okay, we're going to solve this. And this is how we're going to do it, because we're going to come to a win-win and we're going to follow through the process, right? Because we win when we follow this.
Well, and I will say that Jamie talked about the situation, and that's exactly what I did. Yeah, I went into the conversation and I said, okay, first of all, let's remember our wild horse. And eventually it got down to customers always come first.
Yep.
To make it work out.
Yep. I love it. I love it. Who are the May birthdays? There's quite a few of you. Deborah Macylag, Gail Gunn, David Riley, Mike McCann, Chris Young, Hilla Cohen. I had a birthday this month. Paul Lanier, Randy Kozlowski, Tamara Sturdivant, Robbie McKinney, Rusty Smith, and Emma Showerman. Some of those people are like brand new to us too. So happy birthday to all of you May birthdays. I don't know where that GIF comes from. Corporate does that. It's a little creepy this month. A little creepy. Like that creeper van that drove up the other day, Karen, and we were afraid someone was coming to roll you into it. Like, that's a whole nother story. We won't share that today. April newcomers. We had 3 agents join us in the month of April. Josh is in the room. Welcome, Josh. Josh started coming to meetings before his license actually showed up. So, and jumped in on Red Day and was ready to go. So thanks for being here, Josh. We're excited to partner with you in growing your business. Emma Showerman, she's been around too at different meetings, so she'll be back around. And then Scott Gunn joined us as a referral agent, reactivated his license. So yeah, that one's not as scary. That GIF's not as scary as the other one. Oh, I forgot to hide those. All right, top performers for the month of April. So this is April volume only. And we'll start with solo agents. Third top solo agent with, I believe it was just over 900,000 in closed volume. Oh no, sorry, 1.2 million. I'm thinking the wrong team. Kathy Pinter, 1.25 million. Congrats. Second top individual was Sandy Sparks with 1.63 million. And our top solo agent for the month of April was Christy May with 1.7 million. Sandy was right on her tail. Watch out May, though. I don't think anybody's going to beat the #1 in the running. So Cindy might, you all can chase Cindy for it. We'll see. I haven't seen anybody else's May, but I know what Cindy's looks like. So we'll celebrate that next month. It's top sales teams, third top sales team, Karen Ward and the Ward Real Estate Group. Selling houses while being broker and having other things going on in life and managing our Hillsboro upfit, like, and to be #3, let's go. So second top team, Glidewell's 889,000, just shy of 1 million. Congrats. Oh, that one closing, because the top team was just over 1 million. You probably would have beat them. You'd have been #1. Delta Homes with Patricia Roberts and Aaliyah Graham. Yeah. Top sales groups, month of April. Third top group is the Judy Weinstock team with 930,000. Second top, yes, it is one sale in Chapel Hill. It was one sale. Second top group for the month of April, the Rachel Z team with just over 1 million. And top sales group is the Melissa White team with 1.275 million. Their team just grew. If you're friends with Melissa White, shoot her a congrats message. Their daughter Callie just got into the business and joined us this month. So, yeah, literally yesterday. All right, next up, April 2025 cappers. So these are people that are earning 100% of their commission for the remainder of their anniversary year. On the split perspective, congrats, Marla. Nicely done. And Sandy Sparks. If you haven't gotten your capper gift yet, if Rivers will connect with you to get you those. So we are excited to celebrate you and making all that extra commission money for the remainder of your anniversary year. All right, the Extra Mile Award goes to, Jamie, are you giving this away? Who? It's Zach, that's right. Jamie gave it to Zach. Zach, you're up. Yeah, you got to come give it to the next person. Are they here? Okay. I have no idea who it is. So.
All right, so first of all, thank you to Jamie, even though neither one of us were here. I wasn't here, she wasn't here, so we got, she read the speech to me at my office door, so.
I love it. I love it.
This person has helped me a whole lot. I think sets a great example for especially new agents like myself. They've given me advice on properties. Even, kind of scolded me with their eyes before, maybe not actually yelled at me, but.
I think I just figured it out.
So anyways, they've given me leads, let me host open houses for them. And this shoe, if we had the match, would fit them. I don't know, but Cindy. Thank you.
Actually,
It would fit. All right. I'll let y'all get a picture. Turn that shoe around. There you go.
Maybe.
Yes, we do, Pete. We all know that look. That's one of them.
one of them. Say I'm on.
Yeah. Speech. No, she gets to give one next month when she gives it to the next person. I love it. Y'all, we have no input into who that award goes to. It just keeps, and I love it. So keep it up. Thank you for being keepers of the culture. Speaking of culture, this is one of the things that we want to do is continually get feedback from you. So we want to be the place where entrepreneurs thrive. You're all entrepreneurs, and that means giving us feedback so we can be better to better support you. If you have not taken this survey, how many of you in the room have taken our survey? I don't know who did it and who didn't because you can take it anonymously. Okay, enough of you haven't. I want you to take out your phones really quick for me, and I want you to scan that QR code, and we're going to take 2 to 3 minutes to fill it out. You can do it anonymously, and it won't take you very long to do it. We are at like 16 people have taken it, and we really need like 60 plus people to take it to have good data, right? Because we want to make sure that we're helping you by giving you the best value. So we're just going to pause for a second, take out your phone, scan the QR code, and take this. It won't take you very long, just a few questions. And if later you're like, oh, I wish I would have thought of that, you can go fill it out again. You can do multiple responses because it's anonymous. And be brutally honest. We've gotten some things that in the immediate reaction, I was like, well, that's not very nice. And upon further reflection, I went, okay, I see that. We will fix it. I know you did it. Yeah, you did. Nobody's gonna get in trouble if they say something not nice. Just say it in culture. There's a way to cut like a knife with being in culture still. Mo Anderson's Velvet Hammer. Right? Tear you down, build you back up, and tear you down again. The soft touch. Oh, thank you. That was a labor of love.
I mean, that was a
Uh,
really good way you fit everybody.
I probably had like 8 to 10 hours into editing that. For those of you that didn't see the Red Day video, there's a Red Day video
Yeah,
out there you
it's
can
really
use,
good
whether
on
you were in
YouTube.
it or not. It's on YouTube.
Yeah.
It's in the Facebook group too. All right. See some of you wrapping up your responses. I'll let you all keep going. I'll give you another 30 seconds. We'll move on. You can keep finishing it, but we'll move on to the next thing. All right. Speaking of Mo Anderson, who knows how old she turned last week? I know Cindy knows. Anybody else have a guess? I'm gonna throw 87, 88. It was 88. So Mo Anderson became the CEO of our company. Oh, I'm going to come back to you, Karen. The broker update was next. Whoops. She turned 88. She was in her 60s when she became the CEO of the company. And she took us from 5,000 agents and 50 locations to 500 locations and 50,000 agents. For those of you who haven't read her story, A Joy-Filled Life, I think, yeah, A Joy-Filled Life, she was a daughter of a tenant farmer, became a preschool music teacher, and then all the way to CEO of the largest real estate company in the world. She recently divested of her shares. She's no longer the vice chair of the board, however, still very involved in the culture of the company and created the culture that we've talked about today and that we all know about. For those of you that don't know, KW Cares is a 501c3 nonprofit that was founded in her honor. It's also the reason we have Red Day. And this is a nonprofit that gives back to our agents. We had an agent actually in our office just last month receive a $30,000 grant to cover medical expenses. It also gave millions of dollars in grant funding to our Western North Carolina friends during Hurricane Helene. We were on the scenes before FEMA or the Red Cross or anybody else taking care of our agents with generators and bottled water within 24 hours of the storm having hit. We knew it was already going to happen. We knew it was happening, and there was already a trailer staged, and we spent weeks in the mountains giving. We gave back locally here. We have already given away over $1 million in grants as a company this year, and there's been no natural disasters yet. Keyword yet. They're predicting it's going to be one of the worst hurricane seasons we've seen in over a decade. So we know things are going to come, and we want to do our part. You have an option to give every closing. On your closing, you can give recurring, you can set those up. And yet in the month of May, we make a big push. Last year, you all welcomed me well, and we exceeded our goal. We gave, I think it was over $1,200 or $1,300 just in the month of May specific to our fundraiser. So what we're asking is that we hit $888 this month. When we do that, that's going to go into the KW Cares Fund, and then we will get invited to a mastermind call with Mo once we hit that 888 number. We've got 11 days left to hit it. We're currently at 0.
So
This is a unique link. Nothing else ties to it. Yeah, so this is not your giving donations on your closings. This is a unique donation link. So if you want to scan the QR code, we'll send this out as well if you don't want to do it right now. But this is unique to our market center, and we're not the only market center in the region with 0. However, we don't want to end with 0. So if you want to give to that, we'll send out the link as well, but feel free to screenshot that. I'll leave it up for a few more seconds. Any amount helps, $1. $100. Cindy starting with 100. Thank you, Cindy. Appreciate that. So All right, anybody else need to scan the QR code? I don't see any
Does
phones.
it need to
there.
be personal?
It doesn't matter. As long as it's on that link, it doesn't matter how it,
832.
yes. Our Market Center number is 832 if it asks. All right. Let's go back. While you all are doing that, Karen, yep, before I forget. You're on Zoom.
Is in CE right now. So there's 49 of you that still need either an update or an elective or both. If you don't know how to go onto the real estate commission site to check whether you need CE, let me know. You're on my list. So don't ignore the emails that you, bless you, that you may be getting from me, because what happens in 3 weeks?
It'll expire.
You're unemployed.
3 weeks, the time frame ends.
In 3 weeks, you can no longer finish.
You can't get your
Yes.
CE yet
Yes,
in time.
correct. So please make sure if you have not, that you get your CE completed as quick as possible. The other quick thing is you can now also renew your license. So May 15th, everybody got an email that said you could renew your license online. Everyone must renew their license, irregardless of when they got their license, whether you're a provisional broker, whether you're a full broker, whatever the case may be. You have to renew your license before June 30th. So get that done as well. Just a reminder, if you are an LLC and a firm, you must renew your firm license as well as your personal license. And I think that's all I have until my next time around, and then we'll get a lot more in. Although, can I introduce Amber?
Yeah.
Okay. Would like to welcome Amber Williams to the family. Yes, we're super excited to have her. And yeah, we look forward to, so if you see her around, make sure you say hello. She's been in the business for about a year. Yeah, about a year and a half. Yeah. And yeah, so we're excited to, she's figured out all the places she doesn't want to work. And now she has found the place that she does want to work. So yes, please welcome her.
All right. So how many of you in the room still have CE to go? Don't raise your hand. I'm not going to make you call yourself out. Well, so we'll pull the Cindy eyes out and have you look it out. So just don't forget the importance of that. Your CE, like the state of North Carolina does not allow you to take classes after a certain date. If you don't have your CE done by that date, guess what happens on July 1st, regardless of your renewal status? You don't have a license until you've finished it and reapplied. And don't do that to yourself, to your business, right? We want to make sure you're taken care of and that you have that. We're going to keep reminding you, right, with every chance we have, but there comes a point in time where time just runs out, right? So don't let that be you. I've done it once. I won't ever do it again. And I did it while a provisional broker. So if you're a PB in the room, don't forget to renew your license, because all I had to do was log on and renew. I didn't have to do the CE. And it cost me a whole lot more money to fix the problem and a whole lot of headaches that I had to deal with later. So don't do what I did. Learn from my mistake. Go hit the button and renew that license. Take those CEs.
The CE shop as well on Daniel's week ahead that he sends out on Friday. There is a link there, and they always have really good discounts going on right now.
Normally anywhere from 20 to occasionally 60%. It's pretty average, about 40% off your CE opportunities on CE shop. And there's a link.
This morning, it's 40% tomorrow.
Got it. So they've got a sale coming up tomorrow. I did see an email from Barbara this morning. So
50% off.
off the, so the CE class, Yeah, whatever the class is. So CE classes on CE Shop are typically anywhere from $60 to $100 per class. So 40% off of that. Yeah, it just depends on the class. Oh, there you go. So if you're former military or active military, there's a discount available there too.
Just for your information, we're also working at a community college about having CE done there.
Okay.
It hasn't been great, and we've done it wrong.
Okay.
But we're working on for next year to have it and be $50.
Okay.
Elementary.
I love that. One of my goals this year is that we can get your CE done here in this room for like $10. So it's,
May of next year.
no, not May of next year. I was told this about 2 weeks ago that used to be a thing here. So for those of you that were here, it was like we'd help cover that and bring vendors in to help cover the cost of that CE. And so you have to pay something by law. You have to pay something for your CE. You can't have it like totally free. And so we're working on that. So be on the lookout. We'll give you plenty of advance notice so you can schedule around it. Real estate market update. This is the national update from corporate. You can see this on YouTube. They film this every month, and they're looking at those stats that they run over at Mega Camp and Family Reunion. For those of you that have gone and seen those there, that's the same stats they're doing every month. So you're getting a month realistic from Ruben and the team at corporate with a national outlook. Why is it important that we look at a national outlook? I know some of you know this answer because you're in this room often. Some of you are newer in this room. So for those newer in the room, what would we tell them? Why is it important that we know the national market update in real estate? Because it's going to be our market soon. Thank you, Megan. Right? It's going to be our market soon. It's almost always what happens nationally is going to end up in the local Burlington area market. And if not, you're ahead of the game and you sound way more knowledgeable, because where does most of the news media come from that our people look at and want to tout about? National news, right? So when they bring something up and you're like, oh, I haven't heard of that because it's not here yet, how much more of a local economist of choice would you be if you already knew it was happening nationally? Right? Go get it from an economist that's been studying the market for a very, very long time. Mega Agent Camp. Anybody in the room going? Anybody know? Cindy's going. I'm going. Anybody else? Not yet. Okay. Ticket prices do go up June 5th. Right now, the ticket is $999. I know that's a lot. It's a 2.5-day event this year, like full days if you were to fly in, two days, 3 nights-ish. It's all agents that have classified as mega agents by corporate being pulled across the stage and telling their story of how they built their business. So there's very minimal like big stage, big name. It's way more like you agents showing up on stage and telling their story. So if you've been listening to the Think Like a Millionaire podcast, no, not Think Like a CEO. It's the other one. I don't know why I can't remember the name of it right now. That one, the Millionaire Real Estate Agent podcast. My brain is failing, y'all. If you've not been listening to this podcast, it's these types of people who are being brought across stage, the ones they're interviewing for the MREA.
And it's shorter and not like Family Union, so you're not going in and out of rooms and breakouts.
It's not breakouts. It's all main stage. It's all main stage.
But it's, for some people, they like it a lot better.
If you don't like massive crowds, this one's way smaller. It's like 5,000 people versus 25,000 people. So if you get anxiety around large crowds, go to this one, not the other one.
Awesome.
And it's in San Antonio on the Riverwalk. There are still hotels available just across the street. Command updates. You do now have an AI summary. How many of you have a CRM? Everybody should have a hand in the air. That was a trick question. You all have a CRM. The question is whether you use it or not. You do have one. So you all have a contacts database that you can keep inside of Command. If you are keeping notes, does your doctor keep notes on you? Right? When you go to the doctor, do they typically remember what you last talked about? They remember it because the notes they took. And the conversation is only as good as the notes that they took. Right? It's the same way in real estate. Depending on how big your database is, are you going to remember the last time you talked to that person and exactly what you talked about? No. So put the notes in command. There's now an AI summary, and it's taking all of your notes and it's summarizing them at the top. But it only works if we put the notes in, right? So track those conversations, make an effort to do those notes. If you're someone that's like, I get distracted by that, write them down and time block an hour every week to go in and update the contact record, right? If you're the handwriting person, if you're the spreadsheet person, right? But the more we can track that information, does your database become more valuable? Yes.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Friends, you have just crossed the 1 millionth download for the MREA podcast. I couldn't be more excited about it. This is your podcast. You dictate the models we look at. You help us find the people we talk to, and you are the ones that have made it a success. On behalf of myself and everybody on our team, thank you, thank you, thank you. Here's the good news. We are just getting started.
Who knows who that is? Some of you know, some of you might not. That's Jason Abrams. He's from corporate. He's the head of industry and learning for our entire ecosystem. He's also the host of the Millionaire Real Estate Agent podcast. So 1 million downloads is a big deal in the podcast world. So if you're not one of those million, go become one of those million and start listening to the podcast. Don't worry about catching up unless you want to. Just start where it is today, because it's just constantly every Monday dropping some good news and good nuggets. If that's not your podcast of choice, or you are just like a podcast fiend and you want more and more and more, there are 4 other podcasts that come out of KW. There's a Think Like a CEO podcast. That's with Gary and Jay. Those are all archived at this point. They're still available for you to go listen to. There's no new season right now. The Color of Money, Julia Lachey has led the charge with that one. Empire Building podcast, that's the Wendy Papazans of the world, Sarah Reynolds, Kimber Minkiti. It's all Tiffany Fikes. That's the female empire building circle, pretty phenomenal content there. And then you've got the One Thing with Jay Papazan. Jay is now back to hosting that. So for those of you that missed listening to Jay Papazan, he's a brilliant speaker and writer. He just released a book called The Rookie Agent, and he published that one himself, The Rookie Real Estate Agent. It was not written with Gary. He wrote it himself. So first book that Jay's published. It's coming soon. You can pre-order it now. Yeah. There's pre-release copies out there if you can get lucky and find one. I don't have one. I wasn't that lucky. May every day. It's going to be May. It's already May. There are, if you're the person that's like, I don't even know where to start with social media, there's always tools for you available on outfront.kw.com. Oh, sorry. Someone was You're good. You're good. Speaking of social media, I was told yesterday not to talk about it, but I'm going to talk about it. I don't know the exact timeline, but you might have seen the post in the Facebook group. KW has officially inked a contract with Canva. So for those of you that don't love designs, Canva's coming. It's going to replace it. We don't know all the details yet. We don't know the exact timeline. Sometime in the very near future, and it's not one of those like near future, it'll be 5 years. It's like near future will be the next 3 to 5 months. So possibly sooner. If you have a young adult in your life, or you are a young adult in saying that you are under 30, you are eligible to attend this event. Jamie, we're not that young anymore. Sorry. I heard it. If you have someone in your life that's under 30, over the age of 18 and under 30, I would challenge you to send them to go spend these few days with Gary in Austin, Texas. Quantum Leap will change your life, or change this young person's life. Huge opportunity, $5.99, and that's with Gary. Gary's still teaching that one along with other instructors alongside him. So if you want more info on that, come see me. I am a QL instructor. So if you are someone that's like, I have great connections locally, and I have a youth or young adults in my life or connections to people, and I want that class to be taught here locally, let me know. We can organize a date. I can teach it for you, and you can handle the organization piece and use it as another lever to interact with your database or a group of people you're connected to. I'm not allowed to charge. It's free. Quantum Leap instructors are not allowed to charge to teach the class to young adults. So, yeah, if I teach the QL Summit, yeah. So Happy to help organize that and be the instructor and bring that locally. Here's a local story of impact that I believe is actually from the Carolinas.
Big city, from small town, West Jefferson, North Carolina. The mission of my life is to foster genuine connections with those around me, leading them to Christ, inspiring them to live a life of purpose, creating new perspectives, and leaving a beautiful legacy behind in the end. I currently work at Keller Williams Lake Norman on the lake. I started here almost 3 years ago as director of first impressions at the front desk. I feel like all of my entire life, from being born all the way to graduating college at 22, was planned for me. And then after I graduated at 22, even with a degree, I was kind of like, okay, like, what do I do now? Year and a half after I took it here locally, my market center, they put together a surprise for me to go to Austin to the Quantum Leap Summit this year in 2024. Everyone says, like, why do they not have a class about budgeting and, just life skills in high school or college? This is the class, like, this is that class that's gonna teach you those life skills to be successful. There's so many little nuggets and tools that you can get from Next Gen and Quantum Leap, and these are nuggets that will, like, change your life. I mean, when I tell you before, I had no idea what was going on at all. I had no idea. Just a lot of the tools within Quantum Leap have given me the plan to start building a successful life.
KW Next Gen is another nonprofit arm that we have. It's what houses Quantum Leap for youth and young adults. By participating in the course and taking Quantum Leap, they're eligible to apply for scholarship money. That scholarship money is $10,000, and that does not have to be used for college. They can use it to go to real estate school and start their real estate career. They can use it to start a landscaping business. They can use it to go become a mortgage broker, right? It's whatever they want to do with it, but they apply and they qualify for that to apply and potentially get that money and also get coaching for a year with a business coach, and that's no cost to them. Right, so huge opportunities there. We don't talk about it enough, quite honestly. And yet huge opportunity for you to use it to go impact your local community too. If you're interested in becoming an instructor, that's also an option. So yeah, it used to be called KW Kids Can, KW KC, KW Kids Can, now KW Next Gen. They rebranded about 2 years ago. There's still a couple things coming up for those of you that might be interested in the KW Inclusion and Belonging community. May 27th, they have an AAPI Heritage Month panel. That's the Asian American Pacific Islander Heritage Month panel. KWYP is having their national summit May 29th to 31st. That's next weekend. There's still tickets. So if you want to be or are part of the KW Young Professional community, that's for agents under 40. That is May 29th through 31st. You got one more year, Jamie, one more year. And then if you're interested in land or learning more about KW Land, they do have a land summit in October in Fort Worth, Texas. If you want to learn more about land before then, let me know. We can definitely work on that as well. TCPA compliance, as always, none of us want to pay those fines. So make sure you're not using a dialer. And if you are, you're using one that's in compliance. Make sure you're not leaving pre-recorded messages, and make sure you're not calling people you don't have permission to call. None of us want those $20,000+ fines for do not call list violations, right? And that's per infraction, not per time getting caught. All right. We're a few minutes early, so I want to ask you right now, what are you seeing right now? Or maybe you have a property, for those of you that are listing agents, do you have anything sitting on the market? Something we can help you with? So what properties do we have that other people in the room might not know about, or they might have a buyer for and they just haven't seen it? Who wants to share one? Karen.
Property at 105 Wolf Den Court. It's in Climax, small neighborhood, it's located in a cul-de-sac, 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, little over an acre, 2-car garage, 354.
Okay. 3-2 in Climax, 354. Who else has got a property that's sitting or they could use help with? Mike, what you got?
Got a townhome in Graham, 2022 Chandler Village Drive. Price of 337.5. He bought it in November for 354. So he's already underwater. And 3-bedroom, 2-bath, main floor has 2 bedrooms. There's a bedroom and a bonus room upstairs, 1-car garage. Very nice unit. Needs a little bit of TLC with painting, but other than that, it's.
Cosmetics.
Yep.
Okay.
Top of my head, I can.
If your client is looking for similar to Mike's, but they want to be over here, 2702 Kingsbury is also available at 354. And there is a pool that comes with the HOA fee, about 240 a month.
HOA with a pool. Okay. Anybody else have anything they need help with? Pete.
Five minutes from Elon Shopping, Alamance Country Club. Been sitting for about 18 hours now,
Okay.
and it's 375. And it's on home.
It's on home tour. Get to see it this afternoon. Okay. No, I love it. I love it. Cindy.
So, 1818 Buxton Way, it's in Lake McIntosh, and it's the one with all the mold in the basement. I mean, I'm just gonna be.
Right.
honest.
I mean,
And they.
it's
won't-
got to be disclosed.
They need to sell it, and it needs to come off inventory. We've had a couple people really interested, but nobody's, and it's getting to be hotter and hotter, so.
Okay.
There's a leak, and I can tell you more if you're interested. It's 475. If it was in good condition, it would sell over 600.
Okay.
It's a big house, dude.
Yeah, you can check.
It's like 30 solid.
Anybody else? Anybody notice anything in the majority of the homes that were just listed? Like what was what was it, Sonia? Yeah, but what was the price point? It's in that mid 350 range, right? So anything over 300, depending on the market, right? We're seeing a lot of saturation there. What else is happening in that 300 price point? New construction, specifically townhomes. So if I can go buy a resale or buy a new construction in the mid 300s, what am I going to do? Because not only is it new construction, what are new construction people offering right now? Incentive to the tune of tens of thousands and sometimes more in the long run. DR Horton just did a thing last week. They had like 3 houses that they offered 3.99% on. You got one of them? Right, it was 3 houses, and it was like, once it's gone, it's gone. That's all they were doing. On those 3, you had to be qualified, 3.99% interest rate. Yep. So keep an eye on those things, but be mindful, right? If you're going on a listing appointment and that property is in the 300s, do we need to be educating our client from day one what the market looks like? Right? Be talking about those things, be thinking about those things, right? This is part of knowing the market. This afternoon, we mentioned Pete and Beth's listing is on home tour this afternoon at 1 o'clock. What is home tour and why should you stay to go? What is home tour and why? Cindy, do you want to tell everybody? Why don't you stand up and turn around so they can hear you? Yes.
So Cindy Dudley, and did you just do that? So I started this business, before internet. So we had bus. Okay, I'm just saying, I mean, come on.
Yeah.
It's real life. So how did you learn where everything was? Well, I worked for, this is before Keller Williams came here, and I worked for Sam W. Moore. And we had all the heavy hitters there, and I just went on home tour every time we did it. Because I learned so much from those ladies. Now, that's back in the day when we all were in one car. We didn't take 10 cars because everybody had places to go. I mean, I remember going to the houses, learning about how they saw them. I mean, it makes a difference. And I think we have 3 on home tour, right, Rivers?
Yes, there's 3 today.
Yeah, I have one, Jim has one, Pete and Beth have one, and then I have one at on Hodges, which is in the, the Glencoe Mill Village, and that's the city. So you really, you can ask questions, you can understand, you can ask, home tour, it allows you to see a different perspective and questions. I mean, you learn a lot from others, don't you, Jamie? You've learned, I mean, we're gonna see more people having home tour and more houses because houses are sitting. Because it might be the wrong price, so we need help with that. That's what we do home tour for. Because we need help with, is it the price? Is it the location? Is it what it looks like from, anything?
So it gives agents feedback, right? That they can take back to their seller and say, hey, I brought 20 agents through today, and they all think that it's overpriced. Or if you did this over here, it could help, right? Pete.
It's a part of KW value.
Yes.
We could have more people go, we could know more when we finish. I hadn't been in the business as long as Cindy is, but I used to learn from Cindy.
Yeah. Well, and I think, so to that point, Pete, right, it's going on home tour to say, if you're a newer agent or you're someone that's like, what do I want how do I show a house well, right? Go partner with one of those agents that have been in the business a while. Go find Margaret, go find Cindy, go find Mike, go find Pete, go find Kathy, go find someone that's been in the business or Jamie and say like, hey, will you walk me through this house as if I was your client? Right? Learn from them, find nuggets from them of things that they would point out, right? Like pull on each other. To Pete's point, it's part of the value that we offer, right? Go show up, go be a part, go learn more about houses, go ask questions. And there's no dumb question. Margaret and I talked about that. We're gonna put the class on the calendar, right? It's gonna be called No Dumb Questions. And it's for you to bring all the questions that you think are dumb questions. There are no dumb questions. Ask them. Because if you have it, I guarantee you someone else in the room has it, or someone's come across it, right? So Margaret came to me a couple weeks ago. She said, Andrew, I think we need to put a class on the calendar called No Dumb Questions. And I said, that sounds great. Let's do it. So we're going to do it.
Also, you're not practicing on your client.
Mm-hmm.
Like you understand, okay, I gotta, and walking through and pointing out things and, that sort of thing, like Andrew said about properly showing a property. And, the other thing too is that it's like, oh, what's that? I've never seen one of those. Oh, well, that's a mini split unit. Well, tell me about a mini split unit and, being able to learn about things like that aren't necessarily common, but are becoming more common.
Or things or things that are no longer common that some of us never saw, like an attic vent fan, right? I grew up with one in my house. Most people don't know what an attic vent fan is. You walk down the main hallway and you'll see a bunch of slats in the ceiling. And there's normally a dial somewhere on the wall if it's still functioning, right? It's an attic ventilation fan to pull air up out of the house and exhaust it through the attic. Those don't get put in anymore, but you'll still find them. I know why. I grew up with one. We had one in the house. We had air conditioning. We also had one of those. Yeah, they're just not as common. All right. Yes. Yes, absolutely. That's right. Yep. Margaret, how long you been in the business? And are you still learning new things? And are you still learning new things? Right. You've got someone who's been in the business 50 years in your presence, and She was 14 when she got her license. That's back when we still had child labor.
Licensed at 12.
And so, so take it from those in the room that have been in the business a long time. Ask the questions. There's no stupid questions. It's okay to not know something as long as we properly represent that we don't know something. Go find the best answer, right? Don't fake it. Yep.
We crawling under the crawl space, giving advice.
Don't give advice about it. No. All right. I think Zeke, we're gonna grab lunch, right? And then you all are gonna come up. Okay. So Zeke and his team has brought lunch for us today from Primerica. So go grab lunch, come back to your seats, and then they've got a short presentation for you before we leave for home tour.
So it's kind of like, self-serve, kind of like make your own, like, taco, pico, bowl, whatever, it's from Rose and Ray's, so it's like local, it's very
There you go.
fresh, they made it today. Everything, so please just grab a bowl or plate, whatever your type of person you are. There's lettuce, beans, rice, chicken, and all the toppings, sauce, and then, yeah, some sweet tea over here. okay?
There you go. All right. Go eat. Appreciate you all. Stick around and then go to home tour.